They're a good team, but we got you. So we're going to win. MP, you're about to go off.
If you have an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word NEXT along with your issue and seat location to 55555. The solution team will respond immediately. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game.
There are still tickets available for upcoming games. Please go to the nearest ticket booth and enter today.
Don't forget to come back for the upcoming Saturday. All attendees will receive a complimentary NEXT golf ball. Attention Net fans, there are limited tickets still available for future home games. To grab yours, just stop by the ticket booth or visit our website.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. The guard set is Giddey in white. Dosunmu is out there with Buzelis. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. And for the Nets, Sharp out there with Cameron Johnson. Then there's D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Cam Thomas. And it's Collins in at the small forward. Well, Greg, this matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
The shot's good. Vucevic has got the opening bucket of the night here for the Bulls.
Well, Vucevic understands that the mid-range is a part of his game that he can go to at any point.
Russell passes to Sharp. Collins kicks to Russell. Thomas against White from outside the arc. Thomas gets the bucket.
This is what Thomas has to do to be most effective. Make an impact from three-point territory.
Here's Dosunmu. And it's Giddey in the corner. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. But it's no good. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Collins. Thomas got his second basket of the night.
That's agility and touch. Cam Thomas gets that to fall inside.
Here's Giddey. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Johnson. Sharp the pass to Russell. Now Thomas takes a three. Does not find the mark. He's made two and missed one now. Already one of the best passers in the NBA. Josh Giddey. DB, what's next for him?
I think the only thing that has to improve is the consistency from range shooting. It's such an important aspect for a guard to play. But he's shown a willingness and a found confidence in that perimeter game. And let's remember, Kev, he's in his early 20s. There's so much time for development.
And he makes that one.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Dosunmu after the made shot from Collins. With the floater, that one goes. Count it.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Collins a screen on Giddey. Giddey against Russell. Thomas's shot is off.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Outside White. Giddey sets the pick for White. To the middle. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 6 points.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. So comfortable this close to the cup.
Russell kicks to Johnson. Nets passing it around. Thomas deciding where to go with it. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over White. And the shot falls short this time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Giddey. No good that time. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Again, Thomas missing.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Of course, what's the key for a team like the Nets, who have to hit the reset button, so to speak?
I think, Kevin, you have...
Substitution.
Hey!
On the court.
Jones against Melton. They set the pick. On the basket by Jones.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Melton against Jones. In the corner, it's Watford. Stolen away. Now, here's Dosunmu. He's guarded by Collins. Here's Jones. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Nick Claxton. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. Claxton sets the screen for Collins. Williams with the steal. To the paint, here's Jones. Williams with the block.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Collins. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. With 4 seconds on the clock, and Williams throws it down.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Oh. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Looking at what we've seen for the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
Watford out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Williams. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Collins in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Bulls leading by 7. Here's Phillips. And the rejection by Collins. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Outside, Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Dosunmu. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Dosunmu's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls. And let's go to the sideline for a report on MP.
Thanks, guys. As you know, MP grew up in the Chicago area, and he has great respect for the Jordan Bulls era. I asked him if that shaped him as a player, and he said, without a doubt. I saw the professionalism it took for that team to win 6 titles, and I knew I had to match it. That level of excellence is something I'll always strive for. I'll always have love for Chicago. You can see how much the Bulls franchise means to him, guys.
Isn't that nice? So good to see. Thanks, TA. Not a bad dynasty to model your approach after either.
You know, 2 things happened there. Excellent coverage on the shot, and then finish the possession securing the boards.
Down low. Watford, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's Jones. And the rejection by Collins. To the middle. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Chicago leading by 4. Here's Jones. And the rejection by Claxton. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block.
Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Giddey, no one around him. Buries the long-range jumper. Giddey's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Good on both. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Collins dishes to Thomas. Russell with a wide open look. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And Giddey gets it to go. And it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Russell kicks to Thomas. Here's Collins. The shot misses. Great D that time from Vucevic. Inside, here's White, and White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shot to stop the run, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Back to Giddey. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, you can see the long, lanky frame of Josh Giddey on display.
To the inside. Shoots. Here's Collins. The rebound by Dosunmu. The Bulls leading by 9. Down low. Buzelis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Buzelis.
No good on the second free throw. And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
Johnson with a screen on Giddey. Here's Collins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The Nets have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dosunmu, the pass to Vucevic. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
What you love about Nikola Vucevic is every night you know he's going to play hard and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. You love playing with teammates like that, guys.
Johnson sets the screen for Collins. Driving to the basket. Misses from close range. And so it's the Chicago Bulls ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this.
When you outwork your opponent like this, getting those extra shots, it just shows your guys want it more, man.
Yeah,
Next on the docket, Power Rankings. Fellas, thanks for joining us. Now,
and if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
So the Bulls 5 right now. The guard set is Giddey and White. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in at the 3, the small forward. Nets trail by 9. Inside. Collins in the post. Defended by Dosunmu. The Bulls shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Pass to Buzelis. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Over Collins. Rebounded by the Nets. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the middle. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Collins has got 14 points for the game.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Dosunmu. Takes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
Really nice job there by Buzelis. Already sees the floor at a high level.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And finished off by Collins.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Vucevic, a screen on Collins. Dosunmu's shot is off.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
To the paint. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Dosunmu.
Yeah, easy call.
For Brooklyn, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts, and so he makes both from the line.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
To the inside. The shot by Buzelis, no good. Nets trail by 5. Here's Collins. Great D that time from Vucevic. For Chicago, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Inside. A rebound by the Nets. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. To the middle. Shoots in deep. Collins. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's White on the wing. He's guarded by Russell. Pass to Giddey. Vucevic is screen on Sharp. 5 to shoot. And the shot goes in. Giddey's got 12 in the game.
Well, the handles have never been in doubt, Josh Giddey. That is pretty.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Outside Collins. Johnson sets the screen for Collins. It's Thomas on the wing. Looking to end his cold spell. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
Down low, it's intercepted. Fast break, here comes Chicago. Rips down the breakaway slam.
To me, it's the ability to facilitate that enhances Josh Giddey as a scorer. You've got to play him for both, and right now he's cooking the defense.
Here's Collins. Count it. Good. Collins has got 8 here in the quarter. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. On the wing, Dosunmu. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Dosunmu's got the lead up to 10 now for Chicago. It's stolen by Buzelis. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Russell, and then for Chicago. Kevin Huerter comes in for Kobe White. And Trey Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey.
Boy, that's all by design now. Get the shot as soon as possible on that inbound pass.
Jones kicks to Vucevic. Jones against Melton. Vucevic a screen on Melton. Here's Jones. The teardrop falls in. Jones has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Johnson the screen. Here's Collins, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Dosunmu. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
Gets it to fall. The bucket from Herter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Smith. Williams against Herter. Pass to Jones. Vucevic with it. And here's Herter. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Collins against Ball. And Collins gets double teamed. 5 on the clock. Poke loose. Stolen by Ball. And stolen by Williams. And now here comes Collins leading the break. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, Claxton could have an apartment up near the rim. These dunk attempts are routine.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Herter. The 3. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Herter's got 5 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And here we go. Moving it up. And it's Smith finishing it off.
Oh, my goodness. Off his feet in a hurry. You love to see Jalen Smith play with aggression in the paint.
Collins against Ball. Fades and shoots. Can't hit that one. Bulls leading by 15. Stolen by Collins. It's good. Collins has got 24 points.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Pass to Herter. Vucevic is screen on Williams. Bounce pass Herter. Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Well, Vucevic has a great understanding of the pick-and-roll game, and his experience paying off there.
Claxton sets the screen for Melton. And Claxton throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. 13 points up at the end of the period. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Before this quarter starts, let's prove that this building is the loudest building in...
Out there on the floor for the Nets. And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He knows every possession is critical now. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. White looking around. Pass to Buzelis. And here's Vucevic. Defended by Sharp. And it's Vucevic missing. Nets trail by 7. They've got Sharp. Cam Thomas is out there with Russell. Then it's Collins. And it's Johnson in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And it's the Bulls with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Dosunmu. Russell against Giddey. 6 to shoot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Let's remember we're talking about a fundamentally sound player. Nikola Vucevic gifted at fooling defenders with that pump fake.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. The Nets have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. On the wing, Johnson. Inside. Collins in the post. Defended by Dosunmu. Shot by Collins, no good. Pass to Buzelis. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Bulls lead by 12.
Oh, smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Now, here's Sharp. Outside Collins. To halt the run. And the layup is good. Collins has got 26.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Osumu finds White. Now, Buzelis. Osumu with the jam.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
One-on-one here. Here's Giddey, and he dunks it down.
Well, this is where he flourishes. Out in the open floor, Josh Giddey, terrific at getting to the right spots.
Russell kicks to Johnson. Pass to Sharp. It's stolen by Vucevic. Giddey with it. Back to White. Vucevic a screen on Thomas. And it's White missing. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. It's a 14-point game. Sharp sets the pick for Collins. To the middle. Sharp against Giddey. And it's Sharp missing. The Bulls shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Back to Giddey. Now here's Dosunmu. He's guarded by Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Dosunmu's shot is off. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Sharp on the wing. To the inside. Collins in the post. Defended by Dosunmu. Banked in off the glass.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Chicago.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Vucevic.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Smith with a screen on Melton. Here's Jones. There's Ball with the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. And the Bulls lead by 13.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Collins doesn't go that time. Excellent D there from Ball. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A solid
You have been playing well as a starter.
Yeah, and we are confident it is the right move for the long-term health of the team.
But not everyone is as thrilled as we are with the new lineup.
I'm sure you can figure out who he's talking about.
I mean, if I were him, I'd be unhappy too, but like you said, there's no place for hurt feelings, and this is a grown man's league.
Yes, of course. But we would like you to make a special effort to get him more involved in the offense when you're on the floor with him.
We've talked a lot about using your gravity to get everyone involved. We just want to make sure that he's one of those people.
I'm a little confused. You said you were happy with the way that I was playing.
We are, but we're losing games.
Man, it doesn't matter what other circumstances we're dealing with. We made the move, and we're losing, and it looks bad. To everyone. But to you-know-who most of all.
And you're not happy losing games, are you?
Of course not. But there's only so much that I can do.
No, you can always do more.
Okay, and losing one of our best players in the offseason is only going to make things worse.
So what do you want me to do?
We have some ideas.
All right, look. I'll give him my best shot, but he has to hold up his end of the bargain. I can't put the ball in the basket for him, too.
All we ask is that you try. It's in the best interest of the organization, MP.
We need you to be a team player.
Yo, MP, how'd the meeting go today?
Yo, it was okay. They said that they want me to try to keep the peace.
Keep the peace?
Yeah.
Like how?
They said that they need everyone to win championships, so I should try to create more open looks.
Open looks? For the guy who can't adjust to his new role on the team. And who's running around blaming everybody but himself.
Yeah, I guess they worried about losing them in the offseason.
No, losing him. They should be worried about losing you, man.
Why? I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but you can't let them know that. Come on, you think they need him to win championships?
Honestly, I don't know. Defenses, they get tough in the playoffs, man, but I know that I can deliver in the crunch time.
Exactly. Okay, that's why you need to focus on you, okay? Whether he comes along or not, that's up to him.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, P, but I'm trying to bring championships to this city.
Duh, that's why they got you, man. They don't need him.
Even MJ needed Scotty, P. I'm trying to win here, nowhere else, all right?
Look, is this guy Scotty? Because I don't see him on any GOAT lists. Look, your job is to be a star, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So just go be a star. All right, their job is to build a good team. All right, don't let them put that on you, okay?
Look, I hear what you're saying, Pete, but it's not that simple, man.
Look, man, I'm just here to give you advice, okay? Look, what you do with that is up to you, all right? But I know you, all right? And I know your dream is to create a dynasty bigger than MJ's. All right, in order for you to do that, you need to become the face of this franchise. Don't let anyone get in your way, no matter what they've done for this team in the past.
Maybe, man.
Okay, look, I get that. All right, and I got your back. I'm just telling you how I see it. For your sake, I hope you see it too.
What's up, MP?
Hey, MP. It's your world. We just live it.
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome to the NBA. Now look at Detroit's starting lineup. Down low, it's going to be Harris and Duran. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, Sharp out there with Cameron Johnson. Then it's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Cam Thomas. And it's Collins in at the 3 slot. And for the coaches, Brent, what do you think is most important this time of year?
Well, I think just the messaging from the coaches and how they're going to continue to go back to coming out of training camp, the mantra for the season. Great staffs never let go of what it is they taught in the first 2 or 3 days of training camp. They've had enough time to understand their roster, and they want to make sure that guys adhere to the basic messages. So repeating that early and often, it's always important for teams to go a long way.
2 on the clock. And here's Thomas from the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Brooklyn this season.
Yeah, they beat this team in the season series last year. But what's that really saying?
Now here's Duran. Back to Thompson. Fires for 3. Russell with the rebound. Now the Nets with it. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
And I'll tell you what a surprising result. Losing to an underdog is one thing, but getting blown out is quite another.
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher there. That was a case where every single thing that could have gone wrong for them, well, it showed up.
Now here's Ivy. He's coming off a 25-point game against New York.
That's a strong finish from Tobias Harris.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. To the middle. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Cunningham. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. And the Nets with possession here. Searching for their first points of the game. And Brent, 2 of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Asar and Amin Thompson.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Asar came in a little less heralded than his brother, but he might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Cunningham passes to Harris. Back to Cunningham. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Young players with these kind of moves are showing you that they're getting more patient on the inside, and Cade showed that time.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle. Golden opportunity to take the lead. Instead, he merely knots up the score.
Thompson passes to Harris. Back to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Duran the screen from the arc. Out to Thompson. And here's Cunningham outside. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Right now, Cunningham has that shot dialed in.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Let's look at the top rebounders from last season. Number 5 is Jalen Duren.
Simply put, he was terrific down low last year, owning the glass.
Outside Russell, over Cunningham. Collins passes to Sharp. Now Thomas. Down low. It's tipped. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. To the paint. Here's Collins. And it's Harris with the rebound.
Yeah, not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
Ivy passes to Thompson. Now Harris. Thompson, a screen on Sharp. Shot clock at 6. Sharp against Harris. Misses the 3. Nets trail by 5. Outside Johnson. Back to Collins. Puts the move on. And he lays it up and in.
There are only 2 players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
And their body language was unimpressive. They looked defeated much of the night, and because of it, they took the L.
Yeah, and they didn't get blown out in that game, but it felt deflating, and it felt like they got crushed. They could not get anything going, no matter who they had out on the court.
Russell, that's good.
And I think D'Lo has all sorts of confidence when he has that kind of spot in his arsenal.
Ivy passes to Thompson. Cunningham outside. Stolen by Russell. And he drives in. And then Russell with the dunk.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Cade Cunningham has really been improving from distance. He said early in his career he was playing a lot of minutes and stepping back to the NBA three-point line, he just didn't have enough legs in his shot. After his shin surgery, he redefined his form and strengthened his legs. Brian, he said it helped a lot.
That could be a silver lining of all that time off, Allie. Nets trail by 11. They've got Williams. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Wilson in at the 4 slot. So that's the Nets 5.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Detroit has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Pass to Beasley. Hardaway with it. Lets the 3 fly. Drops in the 3. Hardaway's got 6 points.
Yeah, shooting it really well in that spot. Hardaway Jr. lives from the corner.
To the inside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Tim Hardaway. Well, Brent, as you know, finding success in the NBA is largely dependent on the situation.
B.A., you're hitting the nail on the head. You can't get frustrated as a player, especially a young one that comes into the league and doesn't have an opportunity right away to play. You got to work on your skills, stay confident, and at some point when you get your opportunity, whether it's the team you're with or in a trade, you're going to have a chance to show that you belong in the league.
Beasley with a screen on Russell. Inside and stolen by Williams. Hardaway against Collins. Claxton a screen on Hardaway. Collins passes to Claxton. Some solid defense from Stewart.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Beasley with a screen on Russell. 6 on the shot clock. The teardrop. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
He's a decent scorer, and Hardaway can get it going, so he draws defenders' attention and gets the call that time.
Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Hardaway hits them both. Nets trail by 14. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Collins. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Give him 8.
Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
Schroeder against Russell. Pass to Beasley. The 3. And again, the Pistons missing.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Collins against Beasley. Collins inside. He shoots again. The rebound by Detroit. Now Schroeder. He just could not put it together in that loss to New York. And it's blocked by Collins. Who poked away. A good look. Brooklyn pulls it in. Collins has got 4 rebounds now. Tries again. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
For Brooklyn, Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Johnson comes in for Wilson. And Cam Thomas subbed in for Williams. Harris is checked in for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham comes in for Hardaway. And it's Cunningham missing. And it's Collins with the ball for Brooklyn. A 12-point game. Brent, he might be a year or 2 away, but it's all starting to come together for Cade Cunningham.
Well, B.A., the playmaking is certainly there. His vision on the floor, knowing where his teammates are. He's picking and choosing his spots a little bit better offensively to try to dominate 6 or 8 minute sections of the game. So Cade Cunningham is continuing to grow.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Pass to Beasley. Stewart, a screen on Collins. Down low to get back on track. Good. And the Pistons lead by 12.
Shooing off all the contact, Stewart able to get through with an aggressive play.
Here's Collins. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Cunningham passes to Beasley. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Beasley's got 5.
Now you see Cunningham just getting more and more comfortable in these pick and roll situations. He's going to have thousands of them throughout the season.
Johnson finds Collins. Grant Collins with the slam.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Detroit leading by 10. Here's Schroeder. Beasley with a screen on Russell. Schroeder passes to Beasley. Counted from distance. Beasley's got 5 points now this quarter.
More and more as a reliable spot-up shooter. Beasley with the feet set knocks it in.
Collins inside. He's guarded by Beasley. Detroit has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far.
His 4th foul already.
And so it's Jaden Ivey making things happen for Detroit. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. More 2K action in just a moment.
You know, right now for the Nets, you expect this game to go down to the wire, and if it does, it'll be good for the coaches to see.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Detroit Pistons. That's it for us.
Just about ready. He's checked in for Williams. And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Pass to Thompson. Harris outside. To the inside. And there's Cunningham on the assist by Harris. 11 points in the game.
And Cunningham looking confident down low, just understanding if he takes his time, he can get the job done.
Setting the floor for the Pistons. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. And it's Duren in at the 5. Here's Collins. Deflected.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Sends it home from three-point land. Harris has got 11.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Collins with a screen on Cunningham. Pass to Johnson. Now Russell. Back to Johnson. Outside Sharp. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Russell. That one is off. Cunningham with some nice D. The Pistons lead by 23. And here's Ivy from the arc. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Looking to win the run. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Brooklyn shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
Stepping in line with 2 shots.
That one's no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
To the middle. It's stolen by Johnson. Collins inside. Working on Thompson. Oh, nice shot by Collins. 17 points in the game.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
Here's Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Sorry, Thompson showing this crowd what he can do.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. The Nets have gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. And there's the lob and the dunk by Duren.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duren makes for an easy target on the lob.
Time called here. The Nets decide to talk it over now. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. To the paint. Here's Collins. And Collins with the slam.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you. Sharp, a screen on Thompson. Brooklyn shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line, shooting for Brooklyn.
Free throw is good from Collins. For Brooklyn, Nick Claxton comes in for Sharp. And it's Johnson in for Russell. And both free throws good for Collins. Detroit has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Ivy outside. Thompson outside. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 8 now.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Down low. Rebound Detroit. Well, Brent, the 23-24 Pistons tied an NBA record by losing 23 straight. One bright spot, however, was Jalen Duren.
Well, the bright spot, BA, would be that you wouldn't mention that again. So let's just forget about that and put it behind us. But Jalen Duren did have some moments. He averaged a double-double that season at just 20 years of age. So sky is still the limit for this young, big, physical player.
Goes back up. Got a piece of it.
And that length of Duren enables him to deliver an emphatic denial.
And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's Cunningham with a drive. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists in the game. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Detroit.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
Well, another thing that has really stood out is just their effort defensively. Active hands, jumping the passing lanes, racking up steals. That's been impressive.
Pass to Duren. Harris against Johnson. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Thomas with the second effort. Another shot. Collins, no good. For Detroit, they've gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Harris outside. Thompson, a screen on Thomas. Pass to Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. Over Johnson. Brooklyn pulls it in. Collins is... And the net shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Claxton, a screen on Cunningham. Collins passes to Claxton. Good D by Duren. Detroit has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. On the wing, Thompson. Covered by Johnson. Shot, left block. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Cam Thomas picks one up.
Well, he's a keeper.
Jordy Fernandez calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Here's Stewart. Pass to Schroeder. Beasley with a screen on Russell. Here's Schroeder. Tries again, and that one good.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
We've got Sharp, and it's Collins in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
No need to risk a shot from range when you can take it inside.
For Detroit, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Schroeder against Russell. Pass to Hardaway. Fires the 3. Rebound Brooklyn. Collins, high post. Inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for... And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
the best teams lose at least 10 games a year. Hey, it's just one loss. They don't even know what's coming for them. What's up, MP? Okay, MP, let's turn it around right here.
Don't miss out on Brooklyn Nets T-shirt giveaway day. We'll have a Brooklyn Nets T-shirt for every fan in the arena, so we can all show off on game day. You won't want to miss it. We'll see you there. Good news, Nets fans. If you're still looking for tickets to an upcoming home game, visit the ticket booth or the team's website for a few remaining seats. Don't forget Nets Nation. Coming up next is Rally Towel Day. Win your towel and show off your Nets pride on our next home game. Oh, don't forget to come out to the game for Saturday. What better way to back to you than with pictures of your favorite mascot, Brooklyn Knights, and the Brooklyn Nets. We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you're having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word NETS along with your issue and seat location to 55555.
And a little glimpse, a little feel of basketball fever. These fans are feeling it in anticipation of this big game. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Edey. Then there's Wells. And it's Jackson in at the 4 spot. And for the Nets, Watford out there with Collins. And there's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Sharp. And it's Thomas in at the 2-guard spot. Greg is a player. How long does the excitement of a new season last?
I'd say it starts to wear off right about now. You got to start bringing your own motivation to every game, and you need to provide your own energy.
And one thing to note, MV has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
And MP knows he's got some ground to make up to achieve that goal. He hasn't been having the stellar season that most plan, but he's got time to turn it around. and start being the rookie leader he wants to be.
And now, let's send it over to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, Kevin. As you know, there's still a lot of season ahead, but we've got a couple of opposing rookies in this one. When I asked about tonight's matchup against a fellow rookie, MP told me he's made it a goal to prove that he's the best player in this class. He's got a lot of confidence, Kevin.
A ton of confidence, David, and that's something you got to have in this NBA. Drills it from outside.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. It's good to see him being effective off the ball.
Russell passes to Collins. Sharp sets the pick for Collins. To the paint. Pass to Watford. 6 to shoot. Collins in the post. It's blocked, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Russell against Morant. Pass to Wells. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Well, the threat of Ja scoring really opens up the opportunity for assists.
Here's Sharp. Down low. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Kennard with a screen on Russell. Morant with it. Watford on him. And it's Morant missing. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Well, you look at Kennard, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Now, here's Kennard, and it's off from 3-point range. Collins against Morant. Watford gets the screen from Collins. Pass to Sharp. Outside Thomas. And Collins gets double teamed. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Morant with it. He's picked up by Russell. And here's Jackson. Morant looking around. Now Kennard. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, Kennard's percentages from 3 are insane, and he's consistent. He does it every year.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the 76ers. To the middle, here's Collins, and finish off by Collins.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Pass to Kennard. Back to Morant. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. Now, we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. And Coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Now here's Morant after the miss from Collins. They get it again. Edey goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan. Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Thomas against Kennard. Wells wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Wells has got his third basket of the night.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Kennard, the pass to Wells. Memphis shooting their first free throws of the night.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 70.
Nets shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Pippen is out there with Morant. And there's Jackson. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Clark in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Collins.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Morant with a wide open look. Gets a very good look and converts. Morant's got 7 points.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 10 points for him.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
It's Collins with the drive. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, and I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one. Consistent from out beyond the arc.
Yeah, and what the heck were you supposed to do to stop them? Bucket after bucket from deep. Quite a showing.
Pass to Watford. Back to Collins. And they get it. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Morant passes to Aldama. Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Pass to Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And finished off by Collins.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Pippen. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And doing a really solid job getting that ball inside. Much more of a physical presence here in the second.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. Pass to Wells. Here's Kennard, covered by Johnson. And the rejection by Claxton. Wilson with it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Grizzlies fourth.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Yeah, you have to be so worried about Kennard's shot. That opens things up for us.
And the rejection by Jackson. To the wing right side. Here's Aldama. And the rejection by Claxton. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Pass to Collins. Moves back up, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Second free throw, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 23. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Kennard. Covered by Johnson. Pass to Aldama. Now, here's Wells. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard with the ball. No good on the three. Johnson left side. Here's Collins. Got a piece of it. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
You know, for the Grizzlies, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
This is the worst kind of basketball.
And that is...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
Shot about there with Trendon Watford. Then it's Thomas. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Collins in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half.
Well, you talk about Luke Kennard. He shot 49% for a season from beyond the arc. Led the league in three-point percentage back-to-back years. Kennard is so valuable.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Morant against Russell. Morant drives in. You can see, and coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Wells. Here's Heaney, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
There's a screen by Collins. Russell passes to Collins. Sharp on the wing. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Russell against Morant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
It's the Nets now. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And he goes right over to D'Angelo Russell and slams it down.
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Collins. Pass to Sharp. Back to Collins. Shot clock at 5. They need this. That's tipped.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Here's Edey on the wing. Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Jackson a screen on Sharp. Kennard the pass to Wells. And the 3 off target. The Nets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of Milwaukee with the break.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Jackson finds Kennard. A 3-ball. The shot by Wells, no good. Nets shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. That one drops for him. Thomas got 5 points so far.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Edey. And here's Morant. It's tipped. Collins looking around. Kennard with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Kennard setting the pick for Morant. Plays it up off the glass. Morant's got 25 points in the game.
Well, he's just lightning fast. Morant is so effective in the 2-man game.
Here's Collins. Here's Russell. Wells grabs the miss. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Puts up a 3 and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Outside Collins. Inside. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way. Collins with some nice D.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
And it's good for 2. 15 points for the chosen one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Edey. Now here's Wells. Kennard for 3. The rebound by Sharp. Sharp's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaren Jackson. And what's your take, guys? And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got Pippen. Brandon Clark is out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the small forward. Knocked loose. Stolen by Collins. To the inside. Claxton. Out to Russell. Outside Collins. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Wilson, he's checked in for Johnson. Outside Jackson. Goes up to the stripe. Good on the jump shot.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Back to Williams. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. To the paint. Here's Collins. Pass to Claxton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Brandon Clark.
I tell you.
Here's Jackson. Wells with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game. And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying the international game.
Here's Watford, guarded by Jackson. Collins in the post. Wells with the steal. Russell against Morant. Pass to Wells. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Morant against Russell. And Morant throws it down.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ja Morant.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Down low. Here's Collins, and Brooklyn with another turnover here. So Memphis ends up going with the... So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Rick,
it's okay. They wanted it more.
Tough result. Now get over it. You circled this one on your calendar. You wanted it bad, and you lost. So what does that tell us? It tells us to get back on the horse and get it right next time. We're going to see plenty more teams led by top young players. Competing at this level is never easy and always worth it. You want to prove you're one of the best rookies in the league, right?
Of course, 100%.
Then fail better than them too. Don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from this, grow, and come back stronger.
I got you, Coach.
Hey, should we pick up something for dinner?
Oh, we got food already. Those leftovers are old.